Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Lalima Anijardang with the Midday News. The headlines. Very severe cyclonic storm Yas crosses Odisha coast, expected to reach Jharkhand tomorrow morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivers keynote address on the occasion of virtual Vesak global celebrations on Buddha Purnima, asserts that the country is now better prepared to fight COVID pandemic. Life of Gautama Buddha is about peace, harmony and coexistence, says Prime Minister. India's daily COVID recoveries continue to outnumber daily new cases for the 13th consecutive day. Over 208,000 new COVID cases registered in the last 24 hours. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 89.66%. Over 72,000 vials of antifungal drug amphotericin B allocated to all states and union territories in the last 5 days. India administers over 20 crore 6 lakh COVID vaccine doses to the beneficiaries till now. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar holds talks with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres in New York on COVID challenge, climate change and several issues. And in sports, Sanjeet Sakshi, Jasmine Lamboria, Simranjit Kaur and Shiva Thapa advanced to the semi-finals of the Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai. As the number of COVID cases is on the rise, we appeal to our listeners not to lower their guard, take all precautions, and all those above 45 years who have taken the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine to get vaccinated with the second dose at the scheduled time. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Cyclone Yas has made the landfall and has crossed the Odisha coast south of Balasore as a very severe cyclonic storm, and it is expected to reach Jharkhand tomorrow morning. Talking to AI News Director General, India Meteorological Department, IMD, Mrityunjoy Mahapatra said, heavy to extremely heavy rainfall will continue to batter Odisha throughout the day.
Cyclone Yas has crossed Odisha coast south of Balasore as a very severe cyclone storm with a wind speed of 130 to 140, gusting to 155 kmph during 10:30 to 11:30 hours. Our forecast, there has been heavy to extremely heavy rainfall over Odisha, and it will also continue for today. And from tomorrow, rainfall activity will reduce. And in addition to Odisha, there will be heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places over southern West Bengal and West Bengal and Sikkim, Bihar and Jharkhand for today and tomorrow.
The very severe cyclonic storm Yas started the process of landfall between Dhamra and Baleshwar in Odisha around 9 this morning. Now we go live to Bhubaneswar to get the latest updates on the cyclone Yas from our correspondent Mr. Girish Chandra Das. Mr. Das, what is the impact of the cyclone Yas on the coastal areas of Odisha?
Though the landfall process is already over, the entire impact of the cyclone can only be measured once the cyclone fully crosses over the state. That is expected around from midnight tonight, and it is expected to cross over Odisha border into Jharkhand by morning tomorrow. However, due to the impact of the cyclone, large tracts of land alongside the coast of Baleshwar and Bhadrak, these are the 2 districts which have been highly impacted. Large tracts of these 2 districts alongside the coast are reportedly inundated, almost taking a devastating flood. And both these districts in a couple of pockets have experienced heavy to very heavy and even extremely heavy rainfall to the extent of even 300 millimeters in a few places in these 2 districts. As a result, a number of tin roof and kacha houses have been damaged. A number of trees have also been uprooted. And after these 2 coastal districts, now the cyclone is wreaking havoc in the adjacent Moyurbhanj district as it moves north-northwestward, and it is reportedly experiencing strong winds up to a speed of about 100 kilometers.
Right, Mr. Das. How is the state mitigating the damages, and what are the arrangements in place to rescue the people affected by the cyclone?
Since the state government has had enough experience in facing multiple cyclones in the past 20 years, it had made foolproof arrangements and plans much ahead of the landfall today. While it had readied about 7,000 cyclone shelters in the high-impact districts of North Odisha, about 6 lakh people had been evacuated from low-lying and vulnerable areas and are currently lodged in these safe shelters with all sorts of logistics, including provisions for COVID care and treatment. Over 400 teams, including 50 teams of NDRF and more than 70 teams of Odisha Disaster Rapid Action Force, and also 205 service teams have been deployed in these sensitive areas to effect relief, rescue and restoration works. In certain pockets, the NDRF and ODRAF teams have already been placed into service to clear the roads where trees have been uprooted and have been blocking the roads. And these teams have well equipped with different types of machines like JCBs, tractors, evacuators, generators, power backup and gas cutters, etc.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Das, for that update. Earlier, the Special Relief Commissioner of Odisha, Pradeep Kumar Jaina, said that the entire process of landfall will take about 3 to 4 hours to complete. He said as the landfall process advances, more rainfall and strong winds will be witnessed in North Odisha districts. Heavy to very heavy and extremely heavy rainfall has already been recorded at quite a few places to the tune of more than 300 millimeters. More than 580,000 people have been evacuated to safe shelters.
In West Bengal, very severe cyclone Yas heavily impacted the coastal areas of East Medinipur and South 24 Parganas. Heavy rainfall started along with squall wind speed of 70 to 80 kilometers per hour as Yas started its landfall around 9:30 this morning. River embankments have been damaged, high tidal waves have been witnessed, and rivers are flooding low-lying areas due to its impact. Here's more from our Kolkata correspondent.
Extremely high tidal waves and stormy wind lashed the coastal areas of East Medinipur as Yas touched the land in the adjacent state Odisha. Low-lying areas were flooded and about 70 kilometers of river embankment have been damaged along the coastal area in West Bengal. 51 embankments have been broken in East Medinipur so far. Army has been pressed into action to rescue people stranded at Digha. In South 24 Parganas, rivers are flooding the villages of Sundarban as river embankments have been damaged at 15 places including Shagor, Namkhana, Fraserganj and Bashanti. Nearly 20,000 kacha houses have been damaged and areas are inundated. Over 15 lakh people have already been evacuated and placed in flood and cyclone shelters. However, Kolkata was not affected by Yas except uprooting of trees at several places. Madhuparna Chaudhary, AIR News, Kolkata.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that the country is now better prepared to fight the COVID pandemic as over the time a better understanding to strengthen the strategies against it has evolved. Delivering his keynote address on the occasion of virtual Vesak global celebrations through video conference on Buddha Purnima today, Mr. Modi said the country now has vaccines which are important to save lives and defeat the pandemic.
The pandemic has impacted every nation. The economic impact is huge as well. Our planet will not be the same after COVID-19. But over the last year, there have been many noteworthy changes as well. We now have a better understanding of the pandemic, which strengthens our strategy to fight it. Most importantly, we have the vaccine, which is absolutely important to save lives and defeat the pandemic. The emergence of a vaccine in a year of the pandemic striking shows the power of human determination and tenacity.
The Prime Minister also expressed condolences to all those who have lost their dear ones during the pandemic. He remarked that this once-in-a-lifetime pandemic has brought tragedy and suffering at the doorstep of many and has impacted every nation. He added that economic impact left by the pandemic is huge and our planet will not be the same after COVID-19. The Prime Minister said that while fighting COVID-19, one must not lose sight of the other challenges faced by humanity like climate change, terror and radicalization.
One of the biggest challenges is that of climate change. Reckless lifestyle of the present threaten the coming generations. Weather patterns are changing, glaciers are melting, rivers and forests are in danger. We cannot let our planet remain wounded. Lord Buddha put emphasis on a way of life where respect for Mother Nature is paramount. I am proud to share that India is among the few large economies to be on track to completing their Paris targets. For us, sustainable living is not only about right words, it is about the right actions.
The Prime Minister remarked that the life of Gautam Buddha was about peace, harmony and coexistence.
The need of the hour is for all those who believe in humanity to come together and defeat terror and radicalization. For that, the path shown by Lord Buddha is absolutely relevant. Lord Buddha's teachings and the importance given to social justice can become a global unifying force. He rightly said, Natti Santi Paran Sukham. There is no higher bliss than peace. Friends, Lord Buddha was the reservoir of brilliance of the entire universe. From him, we all could draw light from time to time and take the path of compassion, universal responsibility and welfare.
The Prime Minister said Lord Buddha was a reservoir of brilliance for the entire universe. From him we all could draw light from time to time and take the path of compassion, universal responsibility and welfare. Quoting Mahatma Gandhi, Buddha taught us to defy appearances and trust in the final triumph of truth and love. The Prime Minister urged everyone to renew their commitment to the ideals of Lord Buddha.
Mahatma Gandhi rightly said about Gautam Buddha, and I quote, Buddha taught us to defy appearances and trust in the final triumph of truth and love, unquote. Today, on Buddha Purnima, let us renew our commitment to the ideals of Lord Buddha. I join you all in praying to the triple gem to provide relief from the testing times of global COVID-19 pandemic.
The event was organized by the Culture Ministry in collaboration with the International Buddhist Confederation, IBC, and witnessed participation of all the supreme heads of the Buddhist Sanghas from around the world. Well, today is Buddha Jayanti or Buddha Purnima. Lord Buddha was born as Prince Siddhartha Gautama on the full moon day in 563 BC in Lumbini, modern-day Nepal. In Hinduism, Buddha is considered as the 9th avatar of Lord Vishnu. His birth anniversary is also known as Vaisak Buddha Purnima or Vesak. The full moon day of May is the most important one for Buddhists, as on this day, Prince Siddhartha was born. He attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree and he attained Mahanirvan at Kusinara on the Vaisak Purnima.
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Home Minister Amit Shah have greeted the people on the auspicious occasion of Buddha Purnima. The President said the teachings of Lord Buddha show us the path of liberation from suffering. He urged the people to follow the path of wisdom, compassion and service shown by the Buddha and get rid of COVID-19 through collective resolve and concerted efforts. In his message, Vice President said Lord Buddha's eternal message of peace, brotherhood and compassion continues to inspire humanity across the globe. Union Home Minister Amit Shah also said Lord Buddha, an icon of non-violence and compassion, showed the path of welfare of mankind by giving the message of peace and social harmony to the whole world with his teachings. Mr. Shah said life and philosophy of Lord Buddha will always inspire humankind.
In Bihar, Buddha Purnima celebrations at Bodh Gaya is symbolic this year as the World Heritage Site Mahabodhi Mahavira is closed due to lockdown till June the 1st in the wake of COVID-19. Lord Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya. Mahabodhi Mahavira chief monk Bhikkhu Chalinda said there will be no gathering on the Mahavira campus. Only 10 monks visited Mahavira and offered kheer and sivara robe at the statue of Lord Buddha in the Sanctum Sanctorum, followed by chanting of sutra. The monks also offered flowers at the sacred Bodhi tree and held prayers. The puja activities will be available on Facebook for other Buddhist devotees across the world. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. Here's a reminder of the headlines before we move on. Very severe cyclonic storm Yas crosses Odisha coast, expected to reach Jharkhand tomorrow morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivers keynote address on the occasion of virtual Vesak global celebrations on Buddha Purnima, asserts that the country is now better prepared to fight COVID pandemic. Life of Gautam Buddha is about peace, harmony and coexistence, says the Prime Minister. India's daily COVID recoveries continue to outnumber daily new cases for the 13th consecutive day. Over 208,000 new COVID cases registered in the last 24 hours. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 89.66%. Over 72,000 vials of antifungal drug amphotericin B allocated to all states and union territories in the last 5 days. India administers over 20 crore 6 lakh COVID vaccine doses to the beneficiaries till now. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar holds talks with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres in New York on COVID challenge, climate change and several issues. And in sports, Sanjeet, Sakshi, Jasmine Lamboria, Simranjit Kaur and Shiva Thapa advanced to semi-finals of Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai. Well, for quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. India's daily COVID recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 13th consecutive day. Over 295,000 patients have recovered from coronavirus disease within 24 hours. The recovery rate has further improved to 89.66% in the country. So far, over 2 crore 43 lakh patients have already been recovered from this infectious disease. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said the country is registering a significant decline in active caseloads amid the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. The active caseloads comprise 9.18% of the cumulative positive cases, and it is continuously declining. It said the country has registered a decrease of over 91,000 active cases in the last 24 hours. At present, there are over 24 lakh active cases in the country. Over 208,000 new COVID cases were registered in the last 24 hours. A total of 4,157 deaths have been reported in the country within 24 hours, taking the toll to over 3,11,000 across the country. Centre has allocated over 72,000 vials of antifungal drug amphotericin B to all states and union territories in a span of just 5 days. Union Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister Sadananda Gowda has informed that the government is committed towards ramping up the production of antifungal drug to meet all requirements. He said 29,250 vials of amphotericin B has been allocated today to the states and the UTs, looking at the increased demand. Earlier, the Central Chemicals Ministry had ensured quick and timely allocation of nearly 1 crore vials of remdesivir in the country to tackle the COVID surge in the last 1 month.
India has administered over 20 crore 6 lakh COVID vaccine doses to the beneficiaries so far. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said over 20 lakh 39,000 vaccine doses were administered to the beneficiaries within 24 hours. The liberalized and accelerated Phase 3 strategy of COVID-19 vaccination has come into force from the 1st of this month. The central government has stressed on the need to accelerate the pace of vaccination drive in the country. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has urged the states and union territories to make effective strategies to enhance pace of vaccination. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said that more than 1 crore 77 lakh COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. The ministry has said the central government has provided over 22 crore COVID vaccine doses to states and union territories so far. Of this, the total consumption of doses, including wastages, is over 20 crore 13 lakh. The ministry has assured that 1 lakh vaccine doses will be provided to states and union territories within the next 3 days.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today inaugurated a drive-in COVID-19 vaccination centre in the city. The drive-in vaccination centre has been set up by the Delhi government in partnership with Akash Healthcare Super Hospital. A Delhi government official said to avoid rush on the road, 40 to 50 doses will be administered for the initial few days and later it will be increased to 300. Maharashtra's Nashik was one of the badly hit districts in the second wave of COVID-19. Although there has been a decline in the daily caseload since the last few days, with 65 patients succumbing to the infection yesterday, there is a palpable sense of fear among people. Taking the onus to inoculate its citizens, the Nashik Municipal Corporation has decided to purchase 5 lakh Sputnik vaccine doses immediately to run the vaccination drive. More from a Mumbai correspondent.
Nashik city and the district was hit hard by the coronavirus in the second wave with large number of fatalities. In this backdrop, the Nashik Municipal Corporation has decided to purchase 5 lakh doses of Sputnik vaccine on immediate basis to carry out the vaccination drive in the city. The Nashik Municipal Commissioner Kailash Jadhav said that the Municipal Corporation has decided to inoculate maximum citizens before the anticipated third wave of corona. He added that Nashik will get 5 lakh vaccine doses from the supplier, giving doses to Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Meanwhile, the BMC has received a response from 3 more suppliers to its global tender. With this, the total number of potential suppliers has gone up to 8. 7 suppliers have shown interest in supplying Sputnik Light vaccine, while remaining 1 has opted for AstraZeneca and Pfizer. With Umesh Kulkarni, Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Bihar, over 1 crore people have been vaccinated in the state so far. 19,50,000 people have taken both the doses. The state has also vaccinated people in the age group of 18 to 44 years. Over 14,83,000 people of this group have taken vaccines. In Madhya Pradesh, preparations are being made for the unlock process starting from June the 1st. Intensive testing will continue throughout the state. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that the future strategy to fight against corona will be formulated only with public participation. The state reported 2,422 fresh positive cases and 68 fatalities yesterday, while 7,373 patients recovered from infection. Here's more from our Bhopal correspondent.
The number of active cases in the state is 48,634. More than 70,000 samples are being tested every day. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has said that the number of COVID-19 cases is on the decline in the state. The recovery rate has improved to 92.68% in the state. To determine the forthcoming strategy on COVID infection, 5 committees comprising cabinet members have been set up by the state government. These committees will submit their recommendations to the government in consultation with the District Crisis Management Committee, Block Crisis Management Committee and the Village and City Crisis Management Committee as per requirement. Pooja P. Vardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
All India Radio News has been at the forefront in raising awareness on COVID-19 among the citizens. In keeping track with his role of the public service broadcaster, News Services Division of All India Radio broadcasts special programs on COVID-19 with renowned health experts disseminating important information related to the pandemic. In the series last evening, Director AIMS Delhi Dr. Randeep Guleria cleared doubts related to post-COVID care.
कुछ लोगों को जब वो कोविड ठीक हो जाता है तो 4 हफ्ते के बाद भी कुछ लक्षण रहते हैं और उसको हम एक्यूट पोस्ट कोविड सिंड्रोम कहते हैं और अगर वो 12 हफ्ते के बाद रहे तो लॉन्ग कोविड का नाम भी दिया जाता है। इसमें जो आम लक्षण है वो तो एक तकलीफ कई लोगों को होती है कि सांस की तकलीफ हो रही है, उनके सैचुरेशन ठीक है लेकिन तब भी उनको लगता है कि खुल के सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हैं। कई लोगों को कई हफ्तों तक सूखी खांसी रहती है, वो उनको तंग करती है। कई लोगों को क्रॉनिक फटीग सिंड्रोम होता है कि एक और लक्षण जो पाया गया है जिसको हम ब्रेन फॉग कहते हैं कि आप कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाते, काम पे ध्यान नहीं लगा पाते, अपना काम करते हैं फिर उसके बाद आपको धुंधला दिखाई देता है या आप उस पर फोकस नहीं कर पाते। और कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जिनमें ऑर्गन में अगर असर पड़ जाता है, जैसे फेफड़े या किसी के हार्ट पे असर, तो हार्ट कमजोर हो गया तो उसके लिए फिर लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रीटमेंट की जरूरत है। जो हम पोस्ट कोविड सीक्वली देखते हैं उसमें ज्यादातर जो इलाज है वो ज्यादातर एक्सरसाइज से और डाइट से ही लोग ठीक हो जाते हैं। कुछ हद तक हम दवाई देते हैं खांसी के लिए या शरीर में दर्द हैं उसके लिए, और ये देखा गया है कि नॉर्मली 8 से 12 हफ्ते तक 98 to 99% जो लोग हैं वो बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाते हैं।
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres in New York yesterday and discussed the COVID challenge, underlining the importance of finding urgent and effective global vaccine solutions. Dr. Jaishankar said it is critical to ramp up the vaccine supply chain to ensure greater production and fairer distribution. They also exchanged views on climate action. The External Affairs Minister said greater resources are essential for larger ambitions and financing will determine our seriousness and credibility. Dr. Jaishankar highlighted India's constructive role in the UN Security Council and conveyed the priorities of her presidency in August. He said maritime security and technology for peacekeeping should address the needs of the day. They also deliberated on the regional challenges in India's neighborhood and shared the concerns about ensuring that the gains of the last 2 decades in Afghanistan are adequately protected. Dr. Jaishankar said countering terrorism and radicalization remain priorities for the entire region.
In Asian Boxing Championship, 5 Indians, including 3 women, advanced to the semi-finals with impressive victories as India's assured medal tally rose to 12 in the Asian Championships. Sanjeet, Sakshi, Jasmine and the Olympic-bound Simranjeet Kaur joined Shiva Thapa in the last 4 stage following their wins in their quarter-final bouts last night. They added to the 7 medals, including that of 6-time world champion MC Mary Kom, that were assured on the day of draws. The Asian Championship has turned out to be a great success for India's Olympic-bound boxers. With over 10 medals assured already, it will be yet another successful campaign for the Asian powerhouse. India today said it views recent political developments in Nepal as the country's internal matter to be dealt by them under their own domestic framework and democratic processes. In response to media queries, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said that as a neighbour and friend, India remains unwavering in its support for Nepal and its people on their journey towards progress, peace, stability and development. In our series Sanskriti Darshan, we bring one anecdote about singer Manna Dey. The great master was so humble that he once refused to sing with Pandit Bhimsen Joshi out of reverence. The song was Ketaki Gulab Juhi, in which Bhimsen's character had to lose to the Manna Dey's character in the film Basant Bahar. He only agreed after he was convinced that it's not Manna Dey winning over the legendary Bhimsen Joshi, but the hero of the film. Finally, Manna Dey sang the song. Let's listen to it.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 23 degrees and the maximum will be 39 degrees Celsius. Mumbai is partly cloudy. The minimum temperature was 28 degrees Celsius while the maximum is expected to be around 34 degrees. Chennai has generally cloudy sky. The temperature will vary between 27 and 37 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will see generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Jammu is seeing mainly clear sky. Srinagar is seeing mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between 10 and 28 degrees Celsius. Leh is seeing a mainly clear sky. The minimum and maximum temperature will be between 3 and 18 degrees Celsius. Patna is seeing a generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. The minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 330 degrees. And Guwahati is having generally cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain. The minimum temperature is 24 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be 34 degrees. And now, before I end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Very severe cyclonic storm Yas crosses Odisha coast, expected to reach Jharkhand tomorrow morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivers keynote address on the occasion of virtual Vesak global celebrations on Buddha Purnima, asserts that the country is now better prepared to fight COVID pandemic. Life of Gautama Buddha is about peace, harmony and coexistence, says Prime Minister. India's daily COVID recoveries continue to outnumber daily new cases for the 13th consecutive day. Over 208,000 new COVID cases registered in the last 24 hours. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 89.66%. Over 72,000 vials of antifungal drug amphotericin B allocated to all states and union territories in the last 5 days. India administers over 20 crore 6 lakh COVID vaccine doses to the beneficiaries till now. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar holds talks with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres in New York on COVID challenge, climate change and several issues. And in sports, Sanjeet, Sakshi, Jasmine Lamboria, Simranjeet Kaur and Shiva Thapa advanced to the semi-finals of the Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai. And with that, we end the Midday News.